Assalamualaikum everybody.
Hello boys, how you doing? I wish I could make this video under better circumstances, but it is a sad day in the Gooner community. Such a sad day. Dare I say, this might be our 9/11. Taking a lot of losses over the years. A lot of roads, Emily Willis. But today, we lose another great. The thought to end all thoughts. The slurper supreme, Rae Lil Black, has now retired and converted to Islam. Please, let's have a moment of silence. So sad. So sad. Dare I say, she was the Jet Li of adult video entertainment. She wasn't around long, but when she was amazing. Definitely not the throat goat, but maybe the throat duchess, duke, throat princess. Yeah, we'll go with princess. Not surprising though. Not surprising at all. Because if we're being honest, the hoe to housewife pipeline is very frequent. It is visited all the time. It is one of the favorite pipelines of every adult actress there is. And sadly, there's always some guy who's willing to take these lost women in. I will say this is a nice turn though with the Islam thing. Shout out to Brittany Renner for starting a trend. A lot of times these women do what they do in their past and then go to the church. Brittany was the first one to kind of, be on her little, Malcolm X type vibe. You know what I mean? It was like, all right, listen, it's Brittany El Shabazz now. Who knows? This might honestly start a trend. Like, remember in like the early 2000s when Lil Wayne came out and everybody started drinking lean? This might be that new thing. I'm telling you, 5 years from now, you're gonna see all the kids converting to Islam. Do what you do. As long as these women are happy and living good lives, which it seems like she is. I will say I'm making my jokes. I started all somber, but truth be told, this is actually like a really good thing. And I think this is something that needs to happen. This is something that is going to be happening very, very frequently with a lot of these OF models that hopped on during the pandemic or even after the pandemic, thinking that they would have this life. I feel like in this generation, the Gen Z generation and the generation that's come after Gen A, there's been so much pumped into them that is about, big money, not even just like living like a regular life. It's like you either live a life of like a poor person or you're living this Jack Doherty, Aiden Ross, DJ Academics life where you're making like $1 million. These are the people that they see, you know? So I think they get enticed by that life all the time. And I think the same thing goes for young women who are growing up at that time. You see a lot of these young girls who see older women like Lotto and Megan Thee Stallion and this rapper and that chick and blah 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 and all these people who have blown up, make all this money. And these people make this money off of selling the idea of intimacy or you know and realistically that's not something that everyone should be doing. Yes, I know it's the oldest profession and all that stuff, but it is something that historically has had very adverse effects to the people who have provided that service over time. There are some women who are built for it, but most women are not. And I think that there's a lot of young girls who are getting enticed into living this life that simply are not meant for it. Now, Rae Lil Black, she's one of those people that I believe she is in her mid to late 20s, maybe even in her early 30s. So she's around my age. So it's a little bit different for her, but at the same time, it's still the same problem. She probably grew up in not such a great situation, was taught by certain people around her that this is the way to behave. And then she behaved that way and she got money behaving that way. So she thought this was the way to be. But as she kept on doing this, she realized that the money she was getting never filled the hole, no pun intended, that she had within herself. Okay. And realistically, I think there's a lot of people and a lot of women that need to know this. Men need to know it too, but I feel like with young women in this era that we're in, it's a lot more high stakes. You're going to be shown so many things that you think you should be doing in order to get money or in order to have your man's affection, because it's not just seeing people like Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion. It's bigger than that. It's seeing that, but then also dating guys their age who are obsessed with this type of sexualization, so they feel like the only way that they matter is if they protrude that sexualized lifestyle themselves. And it often leads to a very, very bad dead end. So shout out to Rae Lil Black for deciding that she wanted to prioritize her happiness. And shout out to any of the women that quit and stay done. And to the ones that quit and go back, listen, get your money how you want to get your money. But just make sure you're happy, not just in your bank account, but in here. I just hope this is like a genuine thing and not some weird Wile E. Coyote scheme she cooked up in order to turn on some sultan in Dubai so she can get pissed on for $1 million. But what do you guys think? Do you think this is legitimate? Do you think she's really gone for good? Or do you think she'll come back? Do you think if she is gone for good, do you think this is a good thing? I think it's cool. I think more women that are only in OnlyFans should be doing this and kind of getting away from it. But let me know what you think in the comments. Make sure to like, share, subscribe. I'll see you guys later. Peace.